Hello, something a bit different for me today, a kit review video. It's the Thermec 25 litre portable fridge, which I just bought from Go Outdoors. Mostly I do lightweight camping, and a fridge would be the last thing that you'd take. But occasionally I do car camping, and when I do, it's usually for several days or sometimes even up to a week. I've worked at festivals where I've been camped for a week, and I was lucky enough to once or twice to borrow a gas-powered fridge, which is very, very efficient and works very well, but needs a big gas bottle and is bulky and heavy. But it is so nice when you're camping to be able to keep milk fresh, to chill a bottle of white wine or have a cold beer, and keep all your dairy and bacon and sausages, things like that, properly refrigerated. So I bought this fridge. Now I've got to show you the picture on the pack. It's shown there full of fruit and vegetables and a yogurt. Well, I can assure you that when I'm using it, it's not going to look anything like that. It's going to have a bottle of wine, some cans of beer and cider, bacon, sausages, cheese, and butter in it. But there we are, each to their own. So this is an electric fridge. It works off 12 volts or 24 volts, and I am going to be powering it using one of these Jackery power packs. That is the Jackery 1000 version 2, which I've just bought. And that should power the fridge for about 24 hours. And I also bought a solar panel. That's a 100 watt solar panel, which in theory, 10 hours of bright sunshine would recharge the power pack, and you can be charging the power pack whilst it's working. So it can run the fridge whilst it's being charged, and then that will keep the fridge going overnight, and I'll be able to run lighting and recharge phones and various other things from the power pack as well. That's the theory. All remains to be seen how it works. So I'm going to get the fridge out of the box, and join me again in a moment when I've unboxed it. Here it is out of the packaging. Let's have a close look at it. The power cables, 240 volts and 12 volt cigarette lighter adapter sit under there. There's a dial to set the temperature. And there it is. I mean, really, it's a cool box with a sort of small fridge unit in the lid. The little recesses there are supposed to be to allow you to store a bottle of wine in it. Got a bottle of apple juice here. It's about the size of a bottle of wine. Let's give it a try. Oh, yeah. That fits in easily. I will load it up later and show you. Let's get it powered up. We are in my garage now, which, as you can see, is not the tidiest of places. Everything just seems to end up out here. I clear it up from time to time, and then I buy more stuff, and it goes back to being messy. But we've had a lot of rain today, and if we get a sudden shower, I don't want to be outside. Apparently it comes with 1.5 meters of cable. I'm going to be powering it using the 240 volts AC from the power pack. And straight away I can hear the fan in the cooling unit. So, what's this telling us? Well, it seems to be drawing 24 watts. So that would be quite pleasing actually, if because that would mean fully charged you'd get another 20%. It would go for about 30 hours fully charged. I've put some stuff in the fridge. Some wine, some cans. There's a can of coffee and some chocolate milk. It's not all alcohol, honestly. I'm going to go and get a small thermometer, and we'll see what temperature the fridge gets down to. The literature with the fridge claim that on AC, that's 240 volts, it consumes 55 watts, which is a lot more than it's using at the moment. It's still using 23, but I've realized that I don't have it turned up to maximum. I think it'll use more. So let's turn it up to maximum and see what that does. My goodness, did you hear that? It's as if somebody put their foot on the accelerator. The fan has gone into overdrive. And what's happening here? "61 watts, that's more like it." So how long would it last? Well, I'm no expert in these things. This Jackery unit, fully charged, has 1,070 watt hours, and a watt hour is 1 watt for 1 hour. So that means it would power something that used 1 watt for 1,070 hours, or something that used 100 watts for 10.7 hours. If this is going to be using 55 watts, it's going to be about 20 hours. So with a daily recharge of the power pack, either from the mains, which takes about an hour, or through the solar panel, it should be possible to keep the fridge going for many days. And it wouldn't necessarily need to be on max, which it is at the moment. Still says 14.6. I'll leave it for a few hours on max and then turn it down. I think I'll probably leave it there for today. I'll bring you back in the morning when it's run overnight and we'll see how much power it's used and what sort of temperatures it's achieved. It's now been running overnight. So let's see what's happening. Well, there's still power in the power pack. That's good. I turned it down to close to minimum last night. Otherwise it wasn't going to make it through the night. Oh, we're down to 1% on the power pack. It's running at 24 watts. Okay, well, that's reasonably pleasing. First of all, how does it feel? That's very cold. That feels very cold. What does this say? And that's about 2 degrees. So that's great. It wasn't anything like maximum. The next thing is we'll try it on the 12 volts rather than the 240 volts. That's 12 volts DC cigarette lighter adapter rather than the 240 volts. Well, actually it's 220 volts, isn't it, these days? I think I'm a bit behind the times. I think it's 220 volts, but we'll try the 12 volts. Time to wind this up, I think. The fridge has been running for about 5 hours now on the 12 volts DC. You can hear it's quite noisy. And I looked in the instructions and it does actually say that on DC, the fridge is not adjustable. It runs on maximum power the whole time. It's only on the AC, either from mains or from one of these power packs that you can adjust the level at which it runs. Power-wise, it's actually done quite well. It's run, as I said, it's run for about 5 hours, used 20%, and would run for another 15 hours. Let's check the temperature. Oh, that is very, very cold. And looks like on the thermometer like 1 or 2 degrees. Almost too cold. I would imagine, well, certainly if you had things like tomatoes in there, they might well be spoiling because they might freeze. I'm very impressed with it. I'll do my final thoughts a bit later, but I'm going to unplug it and pack it away now. My conclusions then are that I'm very pleased with the fridge. It would be perfect for me on my own or even for a couple. And if you could do without the wine bottles and the beer, it would be fine for a small family. Bit noisy, but you could turn it down to minimum overnight or even turn it off overnight and just have it run during the day. I'm sure it would stay cold overnight. I'm very pleased with it, and the power pack is also very well, it's met my expectations. I haven't tried the solar panel yet, but I've got no reason to think that won't be excellent also. I paid £80 at Go Outdoors for the fridge, and if you're a member of Scouting or various other organisations and affiliations, you might get an extra discount. I'm sure their website will make that clear. So for me, yeah, it ticks the box, and I'm looking forward to using it. Well, I hope that helped. If you're looking for something to keep your food cold when you're camping, I think the the Thermec 25 litre portable fridge is a viable option. Thanks for watching.